Hey y'all, Dr. Pugh here with some quick notes about Scaffold 2. I know some of you may be ready to get going on Scaffold 2 this weekend, and I want to make sure you have all of the tools that you need to do that. So you can see that we are here in Blackboard, and I want to show you where to find everything that you need. First, you're going to go to Readings and Resources. You will click on Assignment Sheets and Rubrics, and there you'll find the Scaffold 2 Genre Analysis Grid. Now this is important because Scaffold 2 is a little bit different. It is not a traditional writing assignment like what you have been assigned so far. Instead, what you're going to find is the instructions for the assignment and an actual grid. So when you open that assignment, it should open in another window and you'll be able to open that up. It'll download here at the bottom and you'll be able to open that up. It's working to open on my computer right now. And then I'm going to pull it over here into our screen so we can look at it together. Here it is. Now you'll notice that this is due on lesson 22. And it's designed to be fairly simple because I know that this is an incredibly busy time for you guys. So what I want you to do is read the assignment. What this assignment is going to do is give you the opportunity to think about the conventions of a genre. Okay? So you're going to choose one of these 5 options. Now, as we talked about in class today, all of these options are present in the Harlem Hellfighters. We talked about that military recruitment poster today. We have the patriotic song. We have the Medal of Honor citation and the regiment photo. And then again, this news feature article, which again, I want to warn you, is the form of a news feature article. But I want to make sure you remember that the content here is very much of its time and it is very deeply, deeply racist. So if you choose to read and think about this article, it will be especially important for you to separate the form of the article, which we carry forward into today, from the content of the article, which today we would find abhorrent. And I think if you read it, you'll understand rightly so. Now, what I want you to do is once you have chosen which of these 5 options you're going to look at, I want you to go back into Blackboard, okay? You are going to go back into Blackboard, and this time you're going to go to Readings and Resources, and you're going to choose Course Readings. From there, you'll open the folder titled Scaffold 2 Genre Samples. Here you'll find a sample guided reading grid, and you'll find the actual samples that I want you to analyze. So if you're going to analyze the Medal of Honor citation, you'll open this link, and it will show you the actual text of the Medal of Honor citation, what that medal citation looks like when it's given to an actual living recipient. And then you'll see the website where I found that citation. Your job is to analyze the text of the Medal of Honor citation. I'll go back. If you choose the recording of George Cohen's Over There, you'll click on this link and it will take you to YouTube, where you'll get the chance to listen to the recording of the song that I have chosen for you. There have been many other recordings of the song, but this was the one that I chose to have you listen to and respond to. Oh, let me turn off this commercial. There we go, commercial off. If we skip that ad, you can probably hear the music playing in the background. I wanted a version of the song that would sound much like it sounded in 1917 when our Harlem Hellfighters were singing the song. If you choose the feature article, you'll open this link This folder will provide you with the actual article that we've talked about by Irvin Cobb. It was initially published in the Saturday Evening Post. Because it is a challenging piece, I wanted you to also be able to think about how we respond to Cobb's racism in this article. So I've offered this as commentary, but what you would actually analyze is this article called Young Black Joe. And then I've offered you some help with citation here as well. If you choose to analyze the recruitment poster, you would analyze this image here. As I mentioned, this is the image that we saw in page 12 of the Harlem Hellfighters. This was a real image that was used by the Army to recruit Black men to fight in World War I. And finally, if you choose the photograph, you will choose to analyze this image here. Okay? So again, what you're going to do is choose one of these 5 sources. You can choose this image, the article Young Black Joe by Irvin Cobb, the recording of Over There by George M. Cohen, or the Medal of Honor citation. And the text of that Medal of Honor citation is listed here. Once you've chosen one of those pieces, you're going to come back over here to your Scaffold 2 file. And you're going to find prompt questions. You do not have to answer every single one of these questions. These are designed to generate your thinking, okay? But you'll use these questions as prompts to help you think about the purpose, about the context, about the audience, about the rhetorical appeals, about the modes and the media of the source. These are all rhetorical situation and choices that the makers of these genres have made. On this side, you'll have the chance to think about the genre convention. So you'll think about, what do you notice in this genre? What are all of the things that you can see that you think make up this genre? Again, think about the genre conventions like ingredients in a recipe. What do you need to put into the text in order to make sure that it's recognizable as a patriotic song, or as a Medal of Honor citation, or as a regiment photo, or as a recruiting poster, or as a news feature article? So you'll think about the elements. You'll think about the style and the design. You'll also think about what kinds of sources are being used to help the writer make this genre. Again, I want to highlight for you that not every question will be relevant, okay? But these questions are designed to help you identify the genre conventions, okay? Once you've done that, I'm going to ask you to respond to these discussion and reflection questions. These discussion and reflection questions, in particular, the first 2, are designed to help you put into writing what you've observed in the boxes above. These 2 questions, your answers to them will feel repetitive, but you'll be able to take your answers to these 2 questions and roll them in to the work that you're doing in Project 2. From there, I want you to return to the article, Why and How Groups Create Moral Heroes. And I want you to think about where it talks about things that can help you understand the genre that you are looking at in the grid above. Finally, this is where we're going to take that individual genre sample and think about it in the context of the Harlem Hellfighters. Based on what you see in this genre, I want you to think about why Max Brooks and Canaan White, the author and the illustrator, would decide to include the genre in the book. How does it help us think about that central question about the relationship between military service and full citizenship? I'm going to ask you to ensure that you use at least 300 words to do this entire grid and these questions. I'm going to be grading you on your completeness and on your thoroughness. So take time, be thoughtful, list as many elements of the genre as you can find, and please let me